Hola, hola, Next Gen Collective. Thank you so much for tuning in again as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month. With this series, we're honoring the achievements of a new generation of professional women. I'm Suleidis, and we have the pleasure of speaking with Erika Rodriguez. She is a trailblazing female entrepreneur making a positive impact on the planet through her eco-conscious marketing coaching business, Nadi Marketing. Erika, thank you so much for joining us today. How's your week going so far?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited right now. It's raining outside in San Diego. So I'm glad to be inside and connecting with all of you guys here digitally. It's wonderful.
Yes, same to you. Happy second day of spring. Though it doesn't feel like it outside. We're in Chicago and it's still pretty cold.
Yep.
So Erika, I always ask this to any Latino or Latina that runs into my path. Are you ready for a quick fire round?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Question 1, tacos or tamales?
Right now, I'm feeling tacos.
Right now, I'm feeling tamales. It's like that warmth, I love it.
Yeah.
But tacos are good too.
Yep.
Okay, second question, café con leche or cortadito?
And because of the weather right now, I would say café con leche right now. That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a café con leche girl myself. Gotta have that milk. How about dulce de leche or flan?
Flan. Yeah, I can't make flan. I want to. That's one of my recipes that I really want to, make. I make a really good fried ice cream, but flan right now sounds really good.
Yes, it does. How about the last one, Selena or Shakira?
Oh, it has to be Selena, for sure.
Everyone chooses Selena. She's the top choice.
She's iconic. Yeah, of course.
Iconic.
Listened to her when I was little. I used to dress up like her. So
Grew
she's
up
iconic,
with her too.
like you said.
Yes. Yep. Okay, let's get a little bit into the nitty-gritty here. You have an eco-conscious marketing business. What is eco-conscious marketing and why are you doing it? What got you interested in it?
Yeah, definitely. So eco-conscious to me is just pretty much putting people and the planet ahead of profitability. For me, especially within your business, it's just keeping a focus of anything that you are creating as far as products or services, or if you have a service-based business, really focusing in on what is your end product and how does it benefit, the planet, that you have the planet in mind of your environmental impacts of your business. How I got started onto this journey was I was in business as far as I came up from an entrepreneurial family. I grew up in the restaurant business and went to college and did all of that, graduated in marketing. And then once I went into like the corporate world, first startups, then kind of like more corporate, it was really honing in on like how business can really drive change. Thankfully, I was with a corporation that was, very much embedded into the community, and it was just focused on like how can we drive as far as like organizations, nonprofits that we partnered with, really in and how can we be a partner with them. And then, long story short, I got caught in a cyclone in Fiji. It was like my near-death experience, and it really taught me. I know it was back in 2012. Even before I started my like whole career and I was still in college, it really taught me about climate change. And I feel like I never grew up with knowing about climate change. It wasn't a thing that we talked about, but I'm born and raised in California, so I'm used to earthquakes that are a couple seconds, wildfires that thankfully we've never been evacuated. So my near-death experience across the world was a cyclone that I've never experienced this natural disaster before. And it lasted a whole 24 hours of just like pretty much terror. And it just taught me that, we don't, obviously with the media as well, we don't have the media doesn't cover this. That's across the world, maybe especially like what's happening in Turkey right now with those earthquakes. We understand like, what happened, but like they don't tell us like the stories and everything. And like, they don't have that much media attention around it, that we kind of unfortunately forget about it once a natural disaster hits, but there's so much aftermath. And so when I experienced that, it really taught me that, these people abroad and things that are happening more powerful and more frequent now because of climate change, that we need to do something. And if I was going to start a business, I needed to look around the environmental impacts of my business. So sorry to make that long story somewhat short. That's kind of the path that kind of that has directed me into being sustainable and really looking into my business on how it's impacting the environment.
Yeah, nothing like being slapped in the face by Mother Nature to make you remember that she's important. So can you give us and the viewers an example of how you incorporate the sustainability talk into your work on your everyday? How does that go?
Yeah, of course. So one thing actually I just launched too was title pages. So it's a B2B directory. So one thing that I was honing in on, which were these organic conversations with other entrepreneurs, were, you know, when you do hire out, as far as maybe like your bank that you have, your bank accounts, your lawyer, if you need contracts and stuff, everything that was like a vendor to me, I wanted to hone in on what was my mission and as far as who I have like control of hiring out and supporting. You know, we are all voting with our dollars.
Yes.
With consumers, it could be like the products, but with businesses, it's definitely all of those contracts and your suppliers, your vendors that you're using. So for me, it was like, I have that to, you know, vote with my dollars, that I can hone in on different businesses and as far as what they were supporting as well, and if they're aligned with me. So I really kept honing in on this kind of message, which was, who are my vendors? Who am I contracting with? And how can I hire those that are like me, like-minded within the planet, within people? If they're women-owned, they're BIPOC owned, they are caring about the environment. And so I started looking at my vendors that way. And I think anyone can do that. So I started building into a directory that helps businesses do that.
That's great. That's great. So, I mean, obviously, as businesses, you partner with other businesses. How do you talk about profitability and sustainability all in one conversation?
Yeah, that one's a great question, because I feel like, especially within my industry too, it's like, yes, we do have to keep the planet in mind, and we should be, you know, doing the most important thing. But then also, if we are not profitable, then how can we keep, you know, going on with our mission and keep running our business? So definitely there definitely has to be a balance between that. I just think, as far as sustainability, as it's always a journey for me. And so it is how I started my business. I was not with, you know, the bank that I'm at now. It was definitely a journey for me. But then once I kept learning about sustainability and like how my bank invests, you know, maybe when it was investing in oil and like other things like that I didn't agree with, within learning of that, then I could slowly change my banking into one that was more environmentally and more aligned with me. So I think within sustainability, it's all a journey. But there definitely has to be that balance, because we do need to be profitable with our business to keep going and to further our mission.
Right. So it's always, so it's in the operations part of things that kind of has to go into it. Got it.
Yeah, definitely.
So in terms of like how to persuade your stakeholders, your key stakeholders, how do you talk about that in a way that convinces them to either change their sustainable practices or their non-sustainable practices, or to start doing so?
Yeah, I think for a few of them, obviously going in with data is one of them. So I will tell you that within Fair Trade USA, they did report that 86% of consumers want more sustainable and equitable products in their post-pandemic market. I think within the consumer realm right now, especially if you look on social media and everything, everyone is talking about BIPOC. Everyone's talking about women-owned. It is something that we want to see within, you know, the businesses that we are supporting. And so I think investors need to listen to that as well, and that will drive them, because again, we do vote with our dollars. But then when you do look at sustainability, you know, it is that, of course, you're investing into something, but it should be also not just like driven as a marketing tool. This should be anything that you think about within sustainability with your business. It should be within the beginning. It should be within, like, embedded into your mission or your values. And a great example of this is, you know, Earth Month that is going to come up very soon here. A lot of corporations, unfortunately, go within the helm of greenwashing, saying that they are sustainable when they are not,
Right.
to try to be relevant. But if you just hone in on the message that within sustainability, you go from the beginning as far as, within your mission, your values, and that is something that's rooted, that you really do care about your environmental impacts and showing us progress instead of just announcing a big pledge or something on Earth Month or Earth Day, then obviously stakeholders, consumers, they're going to listen to you and they're going to trust you.
Right. Yeah. Practice what you preach. It's not just like
Exactly.
Hispanic Heritage Month. It's not, it should be within the marketing. Totally. I agree with you.
Exactly. The exact same message with Hispanic Heritage Month. Yep.
So what advice would you give to businesses or allies who are tuning in that want to incorporate more environmentally sustainable practices into their operations or marketing or within their own business? What advice would you give them to start? Where do they start if they wanted to have that conversation with their bosses, or if they wanted to incorporate that in their business?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like I said, it's definitely a journey. So you don't have to change overnight. You can change kind of one vendor at a time, one partner at a time. So one thing that I do recommend, let's say like for a product-based business, is looking just at your product life cycle. You can go from the very beginning, obviously, in mapping out all the materials, your manufacturing process, maybe the packaging and the shipping of your product. And then just take it one step at a time. So if you go within your materials, seeing what materials that you are actually using, which ones can you change? Let's say if they are maybe like petroleum or like any plastic material that you're using, is there anything that you can use as alternatives, or going from, let's say, like single use? If they're like a single use product, could you change it into a reusable? And then just going down the line, like your manufacturing, that goes into the same messages of like fair wages. So is there any way to make sure that, your manufacturing, if it is abroad or anything like that, making sure that they are offering fair wages to those employees? And if they are local, making sure that, you're seeing everything that's going around as well. So I would say take it a step at a time. If you are a service-based business and you don't have any of those manufacturing or employees or anything like that, maybe it is just looking at your digital footprint, like your website, the emails that you're sending. Everything has an environmental impact. There's no such thing as, the imaginary cloud, like everything's in the cloud,
Yeah, the cloud has to be somewhere.
Yeah, the cloud has to be somewhere. It's all on data servers that are air conditioned 24/7 and waste a lot of energy. So if you're a service-based business, looking at your own website and starting from there and seeing what you can do to create a lower digital footprint, I would say, is a start.
That's great insight. I totally didn't think about that. So you're completely right. So let's talk a little bit about you for a second. It sounds like you have a lot going on, and we all do. We're young, we're professionals. We have a lot going on in our lives. How do you manage to stay sane and take care of yourself? What's your self-care like?
Yeah, that's something is a work in progress as well, to be honest. We're always working at it, even if you own a business, even if you're a working professional. One thing that has helped me is that I dedicated Mondays to for my business, rather than in my business, as far as rather in my client work, day-to-day task and stuff. So Mondays are my day where I can focus on my non-due marketing, my title pages, the email marketing, the social media, the sales calls that I have to do, bookkeeping, whatever. All of that happens on Monday. So then I can just get that done. And I take Monday as far as if there's anything else that I would like to do, like go to brunch or take out half a day and do something personally. Obviously, a lot of people are not out on a Monday rather than the weekend. So I kind of skip all that traffic and skip all the lines to things.
That's brilliant.
That's kind of my personal day. Yeah, that I like to take.
That's good to know. Yeah, that's a brilliant strategy. I should start doing that, because weekends in Chicago are very, very busy. So what are some quirkier things that you do? What are that you're passionate about, that make you, that are like kind of special about you? What do we need to know about you?
Yeah, I would say one thing is, so I'm in San Diego, and I love hiking here. I love hiking in general.
Yes,
So
hiking.
one thing, and I think that's also too because for us, we're always in like on our screens and stuff. For me to get out, I have to be like miles within nature to fully get out of my screen and everything. So I love doing like long kind of like anything past 5 miles. I love big hikes. I love packing for them. I love all the snacks and everything that you get in there and having my lunch outdoors. And then with the hikes, I just love connecting with the people that I'm in. So instead of being on my phone, maybe we will play some music, but it is us connecting like one-on-one for hours that I get to know someone very well within just a short amount of time. And so I would say, hikes have been wonderful to kind of get on. And one hike that I did last year, just to share with you guys, I got invited from a client to be on her Make-A-Wish like fundraiser team. I ended up hiking 28 miles in one day. That was a challenge.
Wow.
And we like trained. Yeah, we trained from February to June for this hike. And so shout out to Make-A-Wish and that team. But it was great. It was just amazing that my client invited me to this. And then it kind of just took it on. That's been like my life, like one of my main hobbies now.
I love it. I'm team hike as well. So
yes,
I commend
everyone
you.
should go hiking.
I take any opportunity. Okay, so in honor of Women's History Month, I have to ask, if you had the chance to dine with an influential Latina from history, alive or dead, who would it be and why?
This is a hard one. I want to say two of them, but okay, so we already mentioned Selena because that was going to be my first response. Yeah. And I think a lot of people do mention her because obviously we said she's iconic. I think because she didn't speak Spanish at first, that like hones in on me because I don't speak Spanish that well. And so I think us connecting and that is really good.
Okay,
I think I cheated.
I'll let you.
I think I just said it.
One.
Yeah. The second one's Jennifer Lopez. And I would say from J-Lo, it's just because she's been, I think, also iconic. Like she's just broken barriers so many ways in the entertainment industry. And now she's always had businesses, but I just feel like she's amazing. Like not even just how she looks, just like all of her endeavors, all her different businesses that she has, she's constantly evolving.
Yeah, I agree. Jennifer Lopez has a brilliant business mind that we don't often give her credit for. So would invite me to the dinner party if you ever have a chance.
Right? Yes.
So last question, I just want to give you the opportunity to share with us what exciting new projects or things you're excited about that are coming up for Nadi Marketing. And how can people find you to connect about eco-conscious marketing if they wanted to partner up with you or talk to you a little bit about how they can start the process?
Of course. Yeah, thank you for this. I think one thing would be that I mentioned is title pages. So I just launched my second brand under Nadi Marketing, and it is just coming from organic conversations with my audience. And it is a B2B online directory, and it's connecting businesses to socially and environmentally responsible vendors. So on there, you can list, if you are a B2B, you can list your environmental certifications. You can list your sustainable development goals that you have for your business. You can list your identity. So if you are BIPOC, women-owned, if you are disabled, old, veteran-owned, you can list that within your business profile. So I'm really excited just to connect so many other people with amazing vendors. And I think that's kind of like that ripple of change we were talking about within your business. You just have to change, one vendor at a time. And it's not an overnight change. Just do one thing at a time to start your sustainability journey, I would say. And then where you can find me, anywhere on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I'm all over LinkedIn.
Me too.
Yeah. So, and then I guess Instagram too. I mean, Nandi_marketing, title pages. I'm on there as well. So connect with me. And if you are in San Diego, of course, connect with me as well. I'd love to co-work with you.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
I'll be putting the links to your social media platforms, as well as any other
Wonderful.
links on our Discord server for our community to be able to find you easily.
Sounds
and
good.
and thank you so much for joining us, Erika. This has been very informative, not
Thank
just
you.
for me, I hope, but definitely I'm getting a lot of really insightful information out of this series. So thank you for being part of the women who are making history today, because that's how we do it.
Thank you so much. And thank you for hosting this opportunity, even using your guys' platform. It's wonderful for us small business owners and professionals. So thank you guys.
Happy to help. And before we wrap up here, folks, I'm excited to announce our next speaker. We're going to have the one and only Catarina Rivera. She's a public speaker, trainer, workshop facilitator, and DEI consultant. And she will be talking to us about how she raises awareness about disability. And she's going to be sharing her experiences as someone with a hearing and vision disability. Catarina will also be giving us some tips about how allies like us can support disabled individuals in industries like tech and finance, where disability may not be the primary focus. Inclusivity is always crucial, and especially in success in today's business world, like Erika mentioned. So we can't wait to hear Catarina's insight on how we can make our society more inclusive. Join us in this enlightening discussion next week. And in the meantime, again, please join us on Discord. The conversation is happening there. And I will be putting Erika's information there so you can find her easily. Erika, again, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
You too.